Good morning and welcome to Philosophy Live. My name is Rachel Kellett and I am a student and tutor from the Northeast branch of the School of Philosophy and Economic Science. Today we're going to be looking at the wit and wisdom of Albert Einstein. One of my Philosophy Live colleagues, Nicholas Dematos, did an excellent talk on him 3 years ago. So if you're really interested in Einstein, you could have a look at that too on the school Facebook page. I've tried my best not to repeat what he talked about there, but there will inevitably be a slight crossover. Okay, we can enjoy a little pause whilst we wait for everyone to get logged on. Good morning and a warm welcome to Philosophy Live. Today we're going to be looking at the wit and wisdom of Albert Einstein. I will start with a brief overview of his life. Einstein was born on the 14th of March 1879 in Ulm, which is an old city in Swabia, southwest Germany. Interestingly, the city's motto, dating back hundreds of years, is "The people of Ulm are mathematicians." Well, Einstein was undoubtedly a great mathematician, but he is, of course, known by many as the father of modern physics, primarily for his mass energy equivalence formula, E equals mc squared. He is one of the most well-known scientists of all time, both for his groundbreaking discoveries and his playful attitude. Who doesn't know the famous picture of him as an old man sticking his tongue out? That photo was taken on his 72nd birthday, and he liked it so much that he ordered numerous copies, which he signed and sent out to his friends. So where did this unique journey of discovery start? There's a charming anecdote about Einstein as a child, which could be seen as the spark. He was around 5 years old, lying ill in bed, and his father brought him a compass to play with. The compass enthralled Einstein. He just couldn't understand how the needle could move without anything touching it. The absolute wonder of the moment never left him, and when he spoke of the incident in later life, he said that it was then that he realized that something deeply hidden had to be behind things, and he wanted to try and understand it. Einstein was an unusual child, spending much time alone, thinking, playing violin, and reading about science. He also devoted his free time to supplementing his education by devising his own curriculum and teaching himself those things he felt were important. It sounds as if Einstein would be an ideal student, but he was not perceived as such. He wanted to ask questions and explore new theories, so this did not sit easily alongside the learning by rote and acceptance of conventional ideas that was popular at the time. Even so, Einstein managed to join the Polytechnic in Zurich a year early at 17 and went on to graduate in 1900. His rejection of any kind of authoritarian system and nonconformist behaviour now began to hold him back a little. It was common for graduates to be offered teaching positions at the universities they had studied at, but Einstein had caused his lecturers to dislike him so much that though they could see he had an exceptional brain, they would not give him a job. He kept looking for a position where he could teach and work on his theories for 2 years, till he eventually relented and took a job in the patent office. This must have been rather deflating at the time, but as is often the case, this seemingly unfavourable turn of events actually helped Einstein in the end. He was competent and efficient at his job, so that meant he could spend time working on his ideas. 3 years later, in 1905, he had what is now termed his annus mirabilis, or miracle year, in which he published an astonishing 4 trailblazing papers, including his special theory of relativity and his paper containing the renowned equation E = mc squared. Unbelievably, even after all that and receiving his doctorate, he still couldn't find a teaching job. And it wasn't until 1908, 8 years after graduating, that he eventually managed to secure a position as a lecturer at the university in Bern. He continued to work at different universities after that, including Prague, Zurich, Berlin, and finally Princeton, America, where he moved to escape the Second World War and where he spent the rest of his life. He never stopped asking questions and developing his theories, particularly his theory of special relativity, which he knew was not the full picture. He completed his improved version, the general theory of relativity, in 1915 and received a Nobel Prize for his contributions to physics in 1921. He was still working on his unified field theory when he died in 1955, age 76. Though he is generally considered to be a genius, Einstein actually believed that he had no particularly special talent, only a great curiosity. He said, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality." He is known to have had an unusual way of working, where he imagined images in his mind, thought experiments as they are known, and it was this use of his imagination which led to some of his greatest breakthroughs. He said, "I never made one of my discoveries through the process of rational thinking." And, "I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me." This is a very interesting point, and for those of you listening who practice falling still or meditating, perhaps you may have experienced something similar yourself. It's as if when we become deeply still and the chattering mind falls quiet, a different aspect of ourselves can come to the fore, one which truly knows, and an inspiration or solution is endowed. This way of working, where he surrendered his rational mind and received what was presented, reminds me of Mozart and how he claimed to receive his music all complete. Einstein had a great love of music and said that if he hadn't been a scientist, he would have been a musician. He played the violin throughout his life and deeply admired Mozart's music. He wrote, "Mozart's music is so pure and beautiful that I see it as a reflection of the inner beauty of the universe." Beauty was of utmost importance to Einstein, and his guiding principle was that above everything, his theories should be simple and beautiful. Einstein maintained throughout his life a great sense of fun and innocent enthusiasm, and there are many examples from other great philosophers as to the importance of this sense of childlike wonder. Socrates, for example, said that wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Einstein mentions it in the quote we're going to focus on today. I'll just share that with you. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. He to whom the emotion is a stranger, who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead. His eyes are closed. I don't know about you, but this strongly reminds me of the well-known poem by W.H. Davis, "What is this life, if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare?" It is useful to ask ourselves from time to time, where are we actually rushing to? Joy, peace, wonder, and awe are only ever felt in the present moment. We cannot keep rushing forward, hoping to find them at some point in the future. This is really rather pleasant medicine that Einstein is suggesting. We need to allow ourselves time to pause, to wonder, and stand wrapped in awe at the mysterious existence around and within us. And perhaps then we will get a taste for that something deeply hidden behind things that Einstein was aware of. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed the talk, please do like it and share it, and have a wonderful day.